Okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using Ambient Light Rejection Technology Gain. Today we're going to do a stack up, as it means in how does one product stack up over another. Now, I had to plug in that Black Friday sale because a lot of people were asking me when you're going to sale, you're going to have a Black Friday sale. Yes, we are having one. It's actually going on right now. I have, if you want information, go to the website, see the prices and so forth. And please read through those policies. It's very, very important that you read through the policies. We do not ship overseas. Keep in mind on that. We've been explaining that before many, many times. We do not ship overseas due to restrictions done by PayPal due to shipping overseas. So please, if you have somebody within the United States, you can ship it to them. We can go and edit your shipping information, and we can send it over to them with no problem whatsoever. But if you do place an order and it comes up with that error, which we get from PayPal, your money will be transferred back to your account ASP. Okay, understand that? If you feel the need to keep in mind, we're charged every time a fee when you do that. So if you do that multiple times, you have to put a ban on your account. Okay, so don't do that, please. Okay, just send it to somebody within the United States, and you'll be taken care of. All right, so we're doing a stack up here. Now, stack up is basically simple and plain, just showing you how one product actually is more advanced or better than another and so forth. And we're doing a demonstration using my Christie projector. This is a full 1080p projector. I'll show you the projector right here. This is 1920 by 1200. This is the LWU420. This projector is around 4,300 lumens, plenty of punch power, plenty of ambient for ambient light environments, which we don't have to worry about that too much. Also too, it is a I said full 1080p projector, right? 1920 by 1200. Yeah, WXGA projector, or WXGA, yeah, WXGA projector. All right, so what we have here is we have our 12 technology here. This is on my 138-inch 235.1 screen. This used to be a silver ticket, which is coated with our black technology. And the center of the screen, we have Crow's UV Mix. So keep in mind, as the days go on, we're going to be doing more and more demonstrations. We have other projection screen samples coming in. I have testing to do against blue. We have rear projection screen technology under blue that's going to be tested outside. So there's a whole lot of craziness going on. So we're going to be testing against everything, okay? So I don't want people feeling that one individual is being signaled out because, you know, we get snowflake syndrome. I'm going to start calling it, for now, that's my new word for it, snowflake syndrome. We get snowflake syndrome from people. And they have to understand everybody's going to be tested on our technology. It's a fair demonstration, as you can see. Simple and plain. Screen, projector, environment. That's it. There's no more light on one side or more light on this side. We keep it fair. So in the middle of the screen, right now I'm just playing the Chromecast by itself. There's no video playing through. It's just a Chromecast playing this little video slideshow. As you can see, Crow's UV Mix is right in the center of our screen, and you can't see it because, like I said, our technology has the ability to produce a high enough white level where it can blend into screens that are gray or much lighter than it. So I'm going to walk in front of my projector real quick so you can see where his screen is at. There you go. There's his screen, and then voila, it's on. All right, let me see if I was smart enough to bring my cell phone downstairs, because that's the one I do all the video feeds off. Let me find that one first. So then to back upstairs in the other room. So let's see. See if we can track that down. You may have to take a walk with me. I'm gonna go upstairs and see if I can track down the other phone. You usually have a bad habit. So again, I'm gonna leave this be. I told you when I get up in the morning, I fire my projector. I don't really have to turn my lights out of my environment. You watching screens fire throughout my entire house. Let's go pop up the stairs real quick, and let's see where I left my other cell phone at. It's in the I'm gonna call this the Tron room. For now on, this is going to be the Tron room. Where is my cell phone at? There we go. I found it right there. I'm gonna call this the Tron room for now on. Let these lights run in there and have some fun. I might do my hallway. I haven't decided yet. That's the arcade room. Arcade room has to go down when the Tron room's activated because the lights conflict with each other. And you have any idea what it's like to synchronize that many lights? It is not easy and it's not fun. There's the cardboard TV projection screen. Oh, by the way, I found a company who can get me these real thick sheets of cardboard that won't crack or won't bend, very lightweight. Got to wait a while because the shipping cost for 10 sheets is like $100. So I'm going to be doing some cardboard projection screens. As I said before, I'm getting tired of lugging these aluminum fixed frame screens up and down the stairs. So I'm going to make me a couple screens out of cardboard and then show you how to do it. But it won't be for this channel. It'll be for the other channel. The other channel, we're going to be doing those kind of build cardboard projection screens, all kinds of stuff, showing you where to get them, how to buy them, how to coat them, even how to make them weatherproof. Oh yeah, we're going to have a cardboard projection screen outside in the rain. That's going to be fun to watch. We have a chance to test out all different forms of polyurethane, see which one's actually going to conflict better. And also, too, marry well with the chemical. Because keep in mind, we could spray a screen down, and it might not even, a chemical with a polyurethane, and it may not stick correctly, and it could peel or crack outside because the chemical we designed may not marry well with that surface. So, you know, get a chance to do a lot of testing and stuff like that. It's going to be done on that channel right there. All right, let me see. Let's get this started. All right, so as I said before, in the center of the screen, we have Crow's UV Mix. In the middle, it's there, trust me. There it is right there. And we're using a 4300 lumen crispy projector, plenty of power. Right there, let's go back and we're going to test a couple of things. We're going to test some color levels, contrast levels. This is what we usually do. So first things first, let me get to this little commercial first. Now keep in mind, as I said before, 12s are painted to be so dark that the screen comes up completely black. It's unrecognizable. That's the word for it. Perfect word for it. Unrecognizable. That's what the technology is supposed to be. But as you can see here, we're not having a problem blending his screen with a screen that our screen is being black. We're not having a problem blending the screen. So that means the white level has to be high enough in order to do that. And let me see, let's go find something here that we can run. Let's do this video right here. I forgot we were upstairs, right? So the system down here is a little different. Now I notice when people do demonstrations, they will stick to certain videos that would make their screen look good, like high, bright videos and stuff like that. Well, that'd be kind of hard to do because the black technology we developed produces a very high white level. So chances are they're probably mixing something in with the paint to darken it so it makes it look like our image comes up dirty and their image comes up cleaner. But they will never go over to a contrast level. You know why? Because if they go over to a contrast level, even if you do mix our product with a blacker substance to darken the paint, that would still beat your screen because the contrast level would be to produce a blacker image or better contrast level than your product. And that's why they will stick to certain high bright areas, knowing that's where their screen is going to actually shine its best. I've seen it all, trust me. And we'll do that test. I'm going to take my product, I'm going to mix it with black paint to show you how they do it. So we're going to do all the stuff that's going to be done on the other channel. We're doing all these debunked theories on how people are doing their videos, all that stuff. Yeah, all that's going to get out in the open. And just put it this way, for anyone who thinks I'm just talking for the sake of just talking, I got an eBay account over there with 3 cancellations in there right now that back up what I say. Because if your product is that good, you would have no problem bringing it over here. You wouldn't cancel an order. People cancel orders where they don't want something to show up where they don't want it to show up. 3 cancellations I have right there. And an email full of multiple excuses. I don't get that from any company I'm buying from. Any company I go to and say, hey, look, I want to purchase this or get that from so and so. I don't have those problems. It's buy, bring it here. Buy, bring it here. Now, what was that about the 12 being so dark that you couldn't see it on skin tones? We'll go back a minute there, just a minute. Now I would expect for the UV to be a little bit lighter because again, it is lighter than our screen. But for our screen to be jet black and producing an image that bright, that tells you right there how advanced our technology is. But we could do things that a UV can't. We could pull a 100% contrast level and leave it laying in the dust, which I'll show you when I do all contrast only. I also would do the reds, blues, greens, and different colors to show you how the colors come up. Now, if I were to do a demonstration like this particular individual, I would stick to all contrast demonstrations knowing this is where my screen is at its strongest. Instead, I'm picking areas where my screen could be at its weakest, which you're seeing the screen produce high bright colors. Let's go back a little more. I'm gonna go back a little more than that. Now in the description under 12, when you go to the website, it clearly says this is a dark contrast screen and the white levels will be a tad low, but nothing that would disrupt your picture quality. You show me where the 12 is disrupting picture quality. Now, like I said, I would have been more than happy to have the cinema black down here. And you saw in the email, if you didn't see the email, I'll post the emails at the bottom, the little conversation we had back and forth, where he stated that his cinema black was far more advanced than a 12. And I said, well, I'll buy it from you right now, which I did. I bought it, sent him a message, which was all recorded. Hey, this is what I want, cinema black, such and so and so. And no sooner than that, Thanksgiving, around 8 o'clock, I received a phone call. I don't pick up his phone calls because he just rambles on. And then from there, I went and checked my account and it was canceled. And the money was returned back to my account. I can honestly say he did return the money back to my account. So if you're going to talk trash about your black cinema 12 or whatever it is, being able to be better than a 12, then you need to allow us to buy it so we can bring it over here and do the same demonstration we're doing against the UV mix. Okay. Now, some people would say, well, Ken, look, his screen is blending your screen. That just clearly shows that his technology is just as good as yours. This is a contrast demonstration using 100% black contrast levels. Now you can have, well, you can't have that conversation with me, but you can't even put your input in because I had to block all that because we were receiving, and keep in mind, these colorful comments that were made. Yeah, we did contact YouTube. My lawyer is involved in that now because once it starts reaching a form of threats and slurs, yeah, then we have to bring an attorney involved. So, okay. So let you know on that one. Got to be more professional when you do things, please. But anyway, but as you can see, as I told you before, like I said, we can keep up with the screen toe to toe when it comes to bright colors. When it comes to the contrast levels, that's where 12s start flexing. And you'll see that any screen that comes against the 12, whether it be the Pro screen, whether it be the HD screen paint, whether it be the DMP Supernova, the Dark Star 9, any one of those screens will come against this technology known as jet black. When that screen pulls a contrast level, those screens automatically start to fade. Any form of contrast comes up on the screen, screens will actually start to turn tan. which tells our customers, number one, you don't got to spend a lot for a projector, and you really don't have to go down the route of saying, well, I need a projector that's going to have like a 10,000 to 1 or 20,000 to 1. You don't need it. The screen is black. Outer Space Starfield demonstration. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, we have a commercial go by, show the white levels, not a problem for the technology. There you go. Even a blue, and this is the blue technology there, can pull a black level, and you've seen that already, that can outperform the UV easy. You can pull a white level higher than the UV. And it's a blue surface. This is black technology right here. Like I said, out of any screens we develop in here, even if I put a gray screen against this, if I put a blue screen, doesn't make a difference. Whatever we have in here, nothing will ever beat a 12 when it comes to contrast. This is virtually impossible because the screen's jet black. All right, let's come out of here. Let's go to, let me see. We'll put in a nice video, put in some, I like to do these old dark movie scenes in here. So we're going to do some dark movie scenes real quick. We use this one right here. We're going to play a little bit of it. Now, we all know how Batman scenes are. They're dark. Let's bring it back. Make it even to the beginning. Now, if someone's thinking, well, Ken, you should have your lights out. That's the whole object of our technology. If you're going to have an ultra short though setup where you're going to have your projector up here in the front, and you're going to have it looking like a TV, like your home, then why would you be sitting in the dark? You might as well go buy a TV. Some people prefer to watch the movies with the movie lights on. If you have a significant other, she may want to sit there and read a book. This is supposed to be like a TV setup, right? So if you're going to be doing ultra short though, that's what I'm setting upstairs for. I'm going to set a nice little setup like that, like a living room setting. That's what people are saying. I want a projection screen that's going to react like a TV. Well, guess what? When you turn your TV on, let me know if you darken all your curtains, got to black out your lights, because you're afraid if any light hits it, it's going to fade and wash out. Now, usually when they show demonstrations, they'll do theirs with the lights out. I gotta turn out more lights. It's too bright in here. You have too much light going on in here. This is how they'll do the demonstration. So you think that you're actually seeing black. You're still not seeing black. You're still seeing shades of gray. I mean, it's cursing his mind off, isn't he?
Secret aluminum free helps eliminate odor instead of just masking it. Secret. Simple sea salt. No artificial flavors. Simply.
There you go. They'll do it at a distance from back here. If they're going to do a demonstration next to our technology, we'll always make sure that the camera stays as far back as possible. You ever seen anybody do a demonstration on our black technology versus a gray screen and get real close to the screen? They're not going to get close to the screen because you'll be able to see it. You'll see the difference. They have to go all the way back to do it. So in order for you to pick up a black level And even if I had a projector that had a 20,000 to 1, you still would have to be in the dark. Couldn't have your lights on because your screen would wash out. Let's come out of here for a minute. See, every time it flashes on something black, let me show you real quick. Every time it hits something that's black, the screen's going, the UV mix is going to turn tan. Watch. Every time it hits something black. Look at the guy's jacket going up, jet black. Now keep in mind, my screen is supposed to be really dark. You're not supposed to be able to see it at all. For me to have confidence in my technology to do this live, anything could happen. I can back up my technology. But for someone to constantly cancel orders every time we place an order for it to come here, that shows you something right there. Remember, it's supposed to be unrecognizable. This is supposed to be so dark you can't even see it. Notice I'm picking all nice bright colors. I can do straight contrast and leave the screen laying in the dust with no problem. But my screens produce a high enough white level. At any angle I pull, that screen's going to pull an image. This is a good demonstration right here because you get a chance to see black levels and white levels at the same time. And now you know why he canceled all those orders. You know why now. This is a 12. A blue is a 15. There's no way in the world he would ever let a screen paint hit this place ever again. I can place an order right now, and I bet you it'll be canceled by today. He can place an order for our product. It'll ship out right to his house. Tracking number, the whole 9 yards. Anytime you feel the need, you want to go against my invisible technology, let me know. Because that stuff is designed for sunlight. Oh, kind of forgot to tell you that. So when you saw the demonstration of the sun killer, you notice that the projector was standing behind it. It was pushing the image through it, right? It was producing the image on the opposite side. Yeah, that technology is going to be contracted for storefront windows for advertising on glass, even in direct sunlight. Bigger picture. So imagine if I'm doing an entire block of storefront windows with that coating. That means every store on there can actually produce an image in a fully lit environment with sun directly hitting their advertisement. It wouldn't fade it out. It wouldn't wash it out. And they can have all their lights on in their showroom on the other end. So you imagine a window that's probably about 1,000 inches. And that stuff is going to be probably going for around $600 a quart. Told you, bigger pictures. Anytime you see me working on something like that, there's a bigger plan behind it. Let's get that black and white. And keep in mind, this stuff is not developed for customers. This stuff is designed for companies only. That's what it's for. So, but for that technology, yeah. That technology is going to be going for $600 a quart. It can take a direct hit from sunlight. That means any store could advertise a full advertisement right on their glass with direct sunlight hitting it, and it wouldn't fade or wash out the image. Close enough there. Show you the difference on how light that screen is compared to mine. Still gonna give you something next time you pop over to the channel. You got a few questions you can ask him. How in the world is Mr. Bird sitting over here with a camera, with his setup, and he's showing off a black screen producing a high enough white level? And before the theory goes in, oh, it's got to be the camera, I got 4 videos that I did especially for those naysayers of me recording my camera as I was changing my settings in my phone. There's a recording of me recording my phone and doing it all in black and white. And you do know if you do a video in black and white, what happens is you only have 2 colors that display, black or white. And if the black screen is producing too much high of a black level, not a white level, you wouldn't be able to see anything at all. So that phone theory is debunked now. It's gone. Now keep in mind, in this video, I'm not calling Mr. You-know-who. I'm not going to say his name. I don't want to hear his name. I'm not calling him a scammer. I'm not calling him this, that, and the other. His product does produce bright levels. It does. But it cannot compete with a 12 on no level whatsoever. It doesn't have the contrast capability to match a 12. It is what it is. Anytime you see a black level pull up on that screen, his screen will automatically start to turn gray. Can't pull contrast. And as I said before, even if he tries to attempt to develop a black screen, that makes him a complete hypocrite, because he puts so much slander, so much hatred on black technology that if you come up with one and you design one, which I couldn't care if you do or not, that just basically reflects on you as being a hypocrite to your customers who actually believed in your word and bought your lighter screen paint products, and now you have a black screen. So y'all gonna have to deal with that one. That's your own personal problem right there. But like I said, I explained to people, if you're going to developing black technology isn't the same as doing gray. It's a whole lot of testing. That's why when you see me do demonstrations, I show you distance throw, I show all these different testings as we go along. It's a lot of testing. And if they can't even do the testing that we do in our simple demonstrations, then they have no business being in that category. A lot of testing. Any screen paint should require a lot of testing. A lot of testing. When we do the black and white, you'll see where our screen produces 100% contrast level. UP Mix cannot pull 100% contrast level. It comes up gray. Switch it over to white. Now I've seen a demonstration he did on a screen paint where it came up so dark that the image looked like a black spot in the center of the screen compared to his. So keep in mind, all those demonstrations you were seeing were all falsified demonstrations, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. Now come a certain day when we both have to sit down together in front of a room with a bunch of other people who do things with the law, consider the fact that these demonstrations will be done. Same display you're seeing here are the same displays that I would actually be asked to do in that particular environment. And you would have to explain why your videos, which they have copies of, look like this and it looks like that in real time. That's the problem you're going to have. I cleaned it up a little bit, but you all know what I'm talking about. All my live demonstrations that I do like this are being used for a different purpose besides demonstrations, if you know what I mean. And they're going to ask me to perform this same demonstration, whatever I do, in that exact same environment for all of them to be able to see. Now see, anytime I told you, if any kind of black levels, the UP Mix automatically turns gray. Can't pull contrast. As an R screen, like I said, it's supposed to be so dark, it should look like a black spot. Every time it's getting hit by skin tones or any form of white levels, we should look like a black spot. Because that's what we're portrayed to be, unrecognizable. Hold on. a little bit there. I'm trying to get on that spot. My phone's really slow on delays. The phone is fighting me a little bit here. I want to get it right at that spot. Nope, not there. The spot I'm looking at right in there that I want. That's what I wanted. Now, you see that? Our white level should be the way he portrayed it as when his paint was against ours. Should be that color right there. It should be dark as he showed it. As you can see, we're pulling a high enough white level where her dress, her skin tone, all that is different, right? And then on this side over here, you can see her back, her skin, all that. It's beautiful, right? But you can see right here where his UV mix, like I said, pulls a white level, but it can't pull the contrast because here it's dark. That's why he doesn't show you star fill demonstrations, no contrast. All contrast demonstrations are done in the dark. There's a reason why he does that, so he can camouflage it. You can't see it. And that's the reason why, like I explained to you, whether you like it or not, Crow Boys, it's why he canceled those orders. Because if we come in here, we're gonna have all lights on, we're gonna do different colors, we're gonna go through the whole ringer, everything. Nothing is gonna be spared. He doesn't want that coming here. I can do black contrast demonstrations all day on my technology. That is not a problem. But I do everything on here. Everything. We display everything. So my screens have to go through the same rigorous testing as everybody else. No shortcuts for my screens. Let's go back to that for a minute. I'm going to go back to that one shot right there where the girl's opening up her eyes. I think we all remember seeing that one before, haven't we? That was an image that was posted, portrayed my technology coming up too dark for the skin tones. I had it there for a minute and I tapped my phone twice. Here we go. Really? Sorry about that, people. I just want that one spot. There we go. That's what I wanted. You have to be careful how you do things in life. Oh, the mouse is dead again. I put batteries in my mouse. Here we go. $26, which would be today. Cancel order request was for HG Cinema. Cancel. Request was put in again for the 23rd. Order was canceled. Request was put in on the 23rd again. request was canceled. I'll let you think about that one right there. That's the new channel. Oh, I forgot you can't see that, can you? Whatever. Well, I'll show you that. That's the new channel right there. We're working on right now. We're gonna be doing a whole lot of cool stuff on there. But I'm not ready for that yet. We still got some more content, I'm working on. And I actually went out and bought myself, woohoo! 4K camera. Okay, whatever. 4K camera. Can't say it zoomed up. Anyway, I bought a 4K camera. All right, so anyway, I may get a 4K projector for that channel too also. So who knows? All right, so let's go over here real quick. I'm in here looking at some crazy stuff. This is my dummy account. So my dummy account is pretty much when I buy stuff overseas that, you know, kind of iffy about whether or not, you know what I mean? So he's just in here talking trash. That's pretty much it. This is where I decided to order it because he said that his Cinema Black 12 was better than 12. And I said, well, you know, if it's better, then I'll just buy your product, which I did. I went and bought it and he canceled the order. So that's that. Like I said, I can place the order right now. It'll still be canceled. But there's no point in doing that because, like I said, I'm just going to leave him be. I got enough stuff over here to do what I need to do. And whatever reason he doesn't want to do it, I don't know why. I'd leave it at that. If it's supposed to be that good, then you should have no problem. Let me see. Let's go over to, I need to hit one of these channels real quick. Let's go over here into YouTube real quick. All right. And let's go over to, let's try. I got this zoomed in on. There we go. That's better. And we have no audio on this. I don't play audio when I do people's videos. I think that's totally disrespectful. One of the things I noticed that when we do demonstrations against this product, I know Crow's little things he does. He'll start doing reviews on items like controllers and electronics and stuff like that to avoid any challenges or anything we may give to him. He'll basically do stuff like that. He will not do challenges. Did on mine. We did multiple challenges. None of them were done. All right, so this is supposed to be our technology on a white door. It's supposed to be that dark. What's the other one he had here? A particular interesting one. Actually, it's the same one I'm actually displaying here. Here we go. This is supposed to be our technology here. Now, you see how dark this surface is? Why don't you look at that real carefully? This is what we're supposed to be producing right now. See how dark that is? See how we zoomed in on it? That's how dark our screen's supposed to be. See how you can't make out her eyes or nothing? You can't see anything around her eyes or nothing at all? That's supposed to be a 12. That's black paint. That's what that is. Because over here we have this UV mix and we're producing a bright enough image where you can see that right from the side in a fully lit environment. So how in the world is this supposed to be it right here? Now, mind you, he said against a white wall, right? This wall's beige. To tell you the truth, it's not white, it's beige, but that's neither here nor there. Now, if I put a white piece of paper, of course, white piece of paper is going to show amazing skin tones. It's white, you know what I mean? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to come over here, and we're going to take a white sheet of paper, and we're going to put it right against my screen and see if it comes up just as dark as he portrayed it to be. All right? Give me a minute. Get a piece of tape here. Let's put the white piece of paper right there. Let's step back and let's see. So how is that possible that I got a white sheet of paper against my screen here, and that image is not that dark? You shouldn't be able to make out anything at all. All this should be dark. Shouldn't make anything at all. There we go. Trying to get my zoom back to where it was, somewhere I had it. Let me see. There we go. Boom. So tell me how that's possible, people. How does that, it's supposed to be white, look like this? I'll let y'all observe that for a minute. That's the reason why he's been canceling orders left and right. Due to the fact that he knows that the only way that he can try to tarnish or damage my company's name is mix black paint or tamper with the product and do things unfair. He's been doing a lot of unfair demonstrations. This is what's going to court. It's called slander. If you do this to a company, you deliberately slander their product, like say if somebody, for instance, like the guy who built, I don't know how this is going to handle with him. I don't know if basically if Xbox is going to, Microsoft is going to come against him, but say someone started a rumor where the machine was smoking on launch date. You seen the vaping video? Now that can cause a lot of damage. That can basically have people thinking like, oh, this thing is smoking like this. I don't want this thing burning my house down, because how many of us leave game systems on and walk away? I leave mine on all the time and walk away. So to come back and find your house filled with smoke and smoke damages causes some damage and house burning down or whatever, that could freak some people out. But later on they found that it was fake. That's called slander. You can't do that. You can't go and take someone's product, deliberately tamper with it, and then try to advertise it on YouTube and say, hey, look, this is how his product really looks. It's called slander. You can go to jail for it, you get jail time for it, and you get very, very heavy fines for it. Sue the daylights out of you for it. So he painted these pictures and went out and said, hey, Mr. Bird's a scammer. This is how his product really looks. We have the same demonstration, same face, same display. And mind you, I will request my attorney to have me do the exact same demonstration you've seen here in a courtroom full of a bunch of people, with Mr. Crow present, or Jamie, or as you call yourself, I know your full name, but I'm not going to pronounce your name. We were disrespectful, in court with my lawyers. And you can explain to them and the judge, how is it possible that it looks like this when in real time it looks like that? That's going to get you a $500,000 lawsuit. You put out so much negative content that you have surpassed the statute of limitations. If you had did this about 5 or 6 years ago, then it'd be a problem for me to basically be able to prosecute you, because the statute of limitations. But you've done so much stuff. Every video, every text, every email, every customer of yours that comes over on my channel and says something nasty or disgusting to me, all that's being documented. And it's been documented for 5 years. So at any given time, I can make a phone call, get an attorney, and start setting up a date. Unfortunately, COVID stopped a lot of it because it was supposed to happen this year. But because of COVID, everything shut down. But doesn't mean it can't reactivate again. You're just giving us more information. And this nonsense right here is uncalled for. This is the reason why he's canceling his orders, because the fact that he knows the truth. If we bring this over here, number one, he's going to be outed for doing a lot of fake demonstrations. Not only is he doing fake demonstrations against me, but his own product. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing with his product. You're not buying what you think you're supposed to be buying. Keep in mind, it does produce bright colors. It does. It produces white levels. But when you start stepping over boundaries by trying to tear and destroy other people to make yourself look good, that's not good at all, period. Then you fall in between the guidelines of getting sued. So keep in mind, all the demonstrations this man has done against me, and when people sit there and say, oh, you just got to let it go, you just got to let it go. No, I'm not letting this go. I am, by far, I'm not letting this go. This is a grown man doing stuff like this. A grown man. In his house, mixing black paint, doing false demonstrations, false live demonstrations, and spreading nasty rumors about me all over the internet. I'm going to sue the daylights out of you. I'm going to try to get I know you don't have $500,000, but I'm going to slam you with so much of a heavy lien against you, you would have to die 6 lifetimes over to pull out of it. You have not affected my company in any way. I still continue to make sales. God always blesses me to have my table full of sales. But I'm not going to let you get away with this nonsense. This is just a huge eye-opener for you to know what's coming. Well, people, I didn't want to go down this road on this particular note, but it ticks me off. And it does make me upset. When you work hard at something and you spend years doing it and then somebody comes along to try to do dirty things against you, yeah. I have every right to be upset. I have a right to be angry on how this individual has betrayed my company, my hard work, my time that I put in to build my company. And even though he has not damaged or taken anything off my table, because God has blessed me to be able to have what I need, it just still upsets me that people have nothing better to do with their time than to basically slander my work and doing dirty stuff like this. So let's go on from there. It's the same video. Yeah, we're doing the same video right now. The same video we're doing right now. Watch this. We're doing the same video. So I want you to watch this whole video where he does. You want to know something really funny, Crow? My attorney actually owns one of my screens. Yep, there you go. Doesn't bother me. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. I go through, in this business, you gotta have thick skin. You can get mad about it, get angry about it, and you will. But like I said, you gotta have thick skin. You gotta expect that there are gonna be people out there that are gonna be jealous of what you do, and they're gonna try to destroy you or do whatever they can. I don't get bothered by that. I just basically keep collecting their information, forward it to my attorney, and like I said, when the time comes, we'll take care of it from there. Playing the video right where you started from. These are where the bowling pins were supposed to be shattered at the bottom. This is so dirty. tell you something right now. You know why it took me so long to get to a point of getting an attorney and suing Crow? Because at first, when he did it, I let it go. You know, he supposed to turn the other cheek. Let it go. I did that multiple times. I've gone for 5 years and turning the other cheek. Because I had to consider the fact that when you sue somebody, and I've sued people before, when you sue somebody, what happens is either two ways to go about it. It goes before an arbitrator, or basically it goes before, if you bring it to a court of law, depending if you have an attorney, if you do it personally, pretty much it's an arbitrator. So bottom line is, when you sue somebody, if that person doesn't have that money to pay it up, they put a lien against them. And that lien is pretty bad, because that lien means they can garnish your income tax returns. They can do everything. They can go in your house and auction off all your stuff. They can do all kinds of stuff within that lawsuit until you can pay up some of that money that has to be paid up. So what I thought about was, the reason why I didn't, someone said, why didn't you file? I had business partners saying, well, how come you don't file a lawsuit against this fellow? I said, the reason why is because he has a family. That's the reason why, Crow, that I didn't file a lawsuit against you when you first started doing this dumb nonsense, like taking my product down to Home Depot and flashing my copyrighted label. Doesn't make a difference if you splash a little paint across of it, as long as any part of that label is showing you have exposed my product without my permission, which means I could sue you up to $250,000 for doing that. But you know why I let it slide? Because you have a family. Because if I sue you, that means your family has to suffer for it. Now, the reason why I'm doing it now, because I'm tired of it. 5 years, I let this slide for 5 years. And I thought by then you would learn, like, back up, do something, learn. But you don't. You do more and more dumber stuff every time I turn around. Now, you can't sit there and say, well, you do the same thing against my product. I don't. I don't call you a scammer. I don't call yourself this, that, and the other. It just is not the same as ours. That's all. At the end of the day, when we stack things up, your product is not the same as mine. Mine is different. I do my demonstrations different. I'm on a whole nother level. But you trying to say that you're the same as me, you make the same thing, and I'm a scammer and I'm stealing from people and all this stuff. Yeah, you're going way out too far with this now. And now I have no choice but to get an attorney and file a lawsuit against you. Because right here, as everybody saw live, you saw the demonstration. Yeah, I'm putting white pieces of paper right up against my screen. If my screen was so dark, it would have came up like that black spot in that video. And it didn't. And here's your, keeping in mind, that's your screen paint right there, right next to it. You bought this on yourself. You were supposed to be hit with those papers this year. But because of COVID, that's the reason why it was put on pause. But you were supposed to be hit with a lawsuit. It'll resume next year. We'll figure out how things finalize, but I'm still going to follow through on it. Very much. I told you, mind your business and stay in your lane. That's all you got to do. You got a nice customer base. Work with your customers. Stay in your lane and mind your own business. You can't do that. You know what hurt you even more? When you had people coming into my room making racial slurs and death threats and calling me a scammer. All those things were recorded. I had attorneys in some of those rooms watching that activity that was going on. So that makes it proof that you actually not only started a rumor, but you actually brought life to it. That's some jail time, buddy. That falls in the line of terroristic threats. I gave you plenty enough time to back away from this. And you just kept going in. You kept going in with no mercy. Now, come 2021, I may decide to just basically just give you a cease and desist order telling you to mind your own business and have my attorney issue that to you, as in mind your own business, and the next time you bring my name up again in a conversation or slander my product, I will sue you. So we'll see how it goes in 2021, what they decide, because it's going to be up to them now on how they want to proceed this. I'm not involved in this anymore. I've already going to sign the papers already. Once they decide on what they want to do, whether they're going to give you a warning and tell you to stop it altogether, or they're going to go file a lawsuit against you. You got to grow up, man. You got to grow up. It's the real world, not a game. I've been hit with these orders before. I had Black Diamond hit me with an order like that. You know, that Black Diamond struck me with an order like that. But it wasn't because I didn't say Black Diamond was trash. I never said they were garbage. I never said their product wasn't worth buying. I just simply did a side-by-side demonstration, and I went to pull my camera to the side. The screen went dark, and I'm like, what the freak? I'm thinking there's something wrong with my camera. And it wasn't, because I was just figuring out that this screen had something called a narrow viewing cone, which I never even heard of before. So I had to get online and research. I had to go to my buddy June first and say, hey, what the freak is the screen's going black on me every time I turn to the left or the right? What's going on? Is the lighting in the environment? What is it? He's, oh, no, that's a narrow viewing cone. Now, June knew everything there was about projectors, so I had to go online and research what the freak is a narrow viewing cone, and I found out that certain screens, because they use a reflective material, that they can only basically produce images bright and well when the projector is actually in line with the screen. If you move from left to the right, the screen actually turns dark on the edges. That's when I found out what a narrow viewing cone was. And when I did that demonstration against a darker screen paint, which we made almost similar to theirs, that's when I had the little email come across. That's when I had the conversation with them. They were very interested in the technology. They found that it had great potential. This is way back in 2015. And then what happened was a little discussion went back and forth here and there, and they asked us to come down to Dallas, Texas, to their facility to test out the material. But at that time, it was only at 25%. It wasn't completed yet, and I didn't feel comfortable without going down to an area without an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, which means all parties that are involved on that non-disclosure agreement basically can't say anything about your stuff, or you could sue them for a lot of money, or they could sue you for a lot of money, vice versa, where they show you when you're walking through the facility, or where they see what you're doing. That's the NDA for. And then later on, that flows over to maybe a contract or whatever, so on and so forth, if they like the product. But at least it protects you for about a year until you can come up with a patent pending or a patent to protect your stuff. So anyway, they wouldn't give us the NDA. And that's when the argument started going off. And long story short, I did lose my cool a bit. I did go outside and rip part of a refrigerator box off and coated it with our technology and used it on their screen. Now, that part was going too far, but like I said, temperatures were a little high at that particular time. And like I said, but I didn't say their stuff was trash. I didn't say it was garbage. As a matter of fact, Black Diamond was the reason why I started developing black technology, because the first time I saw that sample sheet, and my screen paint used to be light gray, like the personal mix. But my company was out before the personal mix. That's back in 2010 or something like that around there. Yeah. So when I saw that sample sheet, when I saw the colors exploded off the screen, I didn't know a screen could be that dark and produce images like that. And Black Diamond is the one responsible for putting me on that track on what I saw. So I give them a little credit, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have saw. But if I never saw what I saw in that sample sheet, I would have never seen the vision for this. So long story short, like I said, you know, they hit me with an order, and in that order, basically from the lawyers was saying, hey, look, here's the bottom line. You can't say nothing about our stuff. You can't talk about it. You can't do no more demonstrations. You can't do this. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. All your video demonstrations about our product all have to be taken down and removed off the internet. I want all pictures removed. If not, we're going to basically sue the daylights out of you. That's what they told me. So I removed all my stuff, everything off the website. Even though I didn't do anything wrong, it was a side-by-side demonstration. We just got a heated argument. That's basically about it. So I removed everything off. And it happened in 2015, talked to an attorney, said, well, guess what? Their statute of limitations are up. You can post it. And I did. I started posting. Hey, this is what they sent to me. This is how they contacted me. There you go. But keep in mind, you know, my technology was good enough for a giant like that to come down and have a look. But as I said before, that little piece of paper right there was enough to do it for me. I was smart enough to go, you know what? I ain't bothering with this. I'm not even going down this road. I'm good where I'm at. I'm going to sit in my backyard. I got plenty of sample sheets I can work on. I'm just going to work with them. That's why when you do demonstrations, I said, look, I don't even bother with them on that level. But this particular individual, even though I didn't slander them like that, has no boundaries whatsoever. And he thinks there's no consequences for it, but there are consequences for everything that you do in life. Personally know that hands on. All right, so let's keep going. Yeah, I have my fair shares. I know about things that goes on. Yeah, got a court order from Screen Innovation. That's why every time I hit up, I say, I can talk and say certain things. They can't muzzle me for life, but I can't talk about certain things. But keep in mind, that's why I said once in a while, I say, hey, if you want to throw your hat in the ring, just let me know. Yeah, it's a way to throw your hat in the ring, so let me know. Like I said, every day I get up, I do my work. I enjoy what I do for a living. I wouldn't change anything about my life, to tell you the truth. I like what I do. Hopefully I can do this forever, but chances are I probably won't be able to. The minute my sight goes, that means this goes. Good thing my eyesight's pretty good. But anyway, I love what I do for a living. You know what I mean? I get to get up in the morning, I get to build and design things and create things and stuff like that. I get to share with my friends on the internet. I get to have fun. You know what I mean? But you have to understand, in life, I have to deal with those who are going to basically hate my guts, can't stand me, going to slander me, going to talk trash about me. That's a part of the business. I'm not going to get all snowflake over it. I'm just going to build better stuff to crush their stuff. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit there and whine and cry about it. I'm going to sit there and do what has to be done. Get myself an attorney, lock it down, get that nonsense taken care of, and continue building better stuff. That's why I can't wait till we start doing the spray on outside demonstration for the invisible screen. That's going to be cool. You're actually going to watch a screen disappear and reappear. I haven't done too many of those right there. I'm going to go back with all the white sheets of papers all over the screen. Do it all over again. Just show this off. Because, like I said, if my technology was dark, like it's portrayed on against a white wall or white door, you would see my screen would be all black and you just see white spots all over it. Yeah, stuff like this don't discourage me to quit. When I got that piece of paper from Screen Innovation, that discouraged me to quit. It made me angry. It made me upset. It made me work harder to design something. I said, you know what? That's the game they want to play? No problem. I'll develop a screen that's darker than their screen. They call themselves Black Diamond. Okay, I'm going to show you what a Black Diamond should look like. And that's when I developed 12. Well, actually not 12. I started with Onyx, and then I started developing darker and darker and darker screens. So now I have a screen literally that's darker than their screen. That's what I did with that nonsense that they sent to me. I took it and engineered it into something positive. And I charged way less than what the screens cost. So it doesn't bother me. All it does is make me just work harder to build crazier things. Like right now from this, I got a couple ideas going through my head right now. Some stuff I might want to build today. Well, on that crazy note, Black Friday sale starts today. We have the 12, which you're seeing right here, on sale. And man, it's gonna be a busy day. I got orders already in my account already from last week and some of from this week. Then I got the Black Friday sales, so they're gonna be stacked on top of that. So it's gonna be crazy for the next couple of days. And then I got projects I'm working on. So like I said, orders, my customers always come first. So I'll get you guys taken care of, get you guys knocked out of the way. I'm going to start issuing tracking numbers tonight. For those of you who have already made orders and those who are going to be making the new orders, I'll start ordering, get the tracking numbers for you set up. Oh, they'll all be on the same time, Friday. For the fellow who watched the demonstration on the 135-inch screen I was actually working on in the living room, and I said I was going to give that surface away for free. Someone came in and placed order for 2 quarts. That is yours. You're getting that for free. Meanwhile, we have that going off in the next room. That's the blue, waiting for the sun to come up. As always, every morning. Blue just sits there and waiting for the sun to come up. So that's why I'm showing you back and forth, where you can see basically, like I said, you can see where our screen produces amazing contrast, and it produces amazing, color. In fact, let's go for one brighter than that one. See what the girl's getting out of the car, so a bright one right there. So if we, like I said, if we produce an image that dark, then none of this. You would just see white spots all over the screen, right? And you would see all this. Our screen would be completely dark. You wouldn't be able to see nothing at all, but all this would be nice and bright. You'd be, the image is crystal clear. Now, as you can see, everything where the white paper at is completely faded, washed out. There's Crow's UV mix right there in the middle. We're actually blending his screen right now. Any areas that come up on contrast, the screen automatically turns tan. But hey. I'll do one last one because I have to get ready to start counting my orders up and get them ready for tomorrow. I have to see how much I got to order. Mind you, look how much brighter of a gray, look how much of a lighter shade that Crow's UV mixer is compared to our black technology, and it's still blending the screen. So if our image looked like that image that he displayed in that video, that dark, that dirty, there's nowhere in the world you'd be to see anything off our screen. That'd be impossible. So I don't know why he continues to do this, knowing I'm doing live demonstrations. There is no way in the world on possible God's green earth for me to ever, of course that notion was brought up, that I was faking live demonstrations, but apparently I must be Thanos, or I have insane magical illusion capabilities to manipulate time and reality. And if that's the case, somewhere along the line, I should be sitting on a throne somewhere and someone should be making a sacrifice to me if that's the case. If I got that kind of power. There's nowhere in the world if I had that kind of power capability. I'd be sitting here? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Or somewhere I should be at the Sands Casino working like 7 days a week. Something. I love what I do, but get me wrong, with that kind of power, what would you do with it? But eventually I have the power to manipulate real time. Just saw that happen in real time. Nothing happened, nothing disappeared, world's still here. You're still here, I'm still here, so I'm not Thanos. All right, people, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and watch the video. And I got a lot of hate on this video. I always get hate on my videos. I don't mind the hate on my videos because I just know those are the people who can't accept what I do. So it doesn't bother me when people hate on my videos at all, period. As a matter of fact, sometimes I just don't go in and basically just disable it. I just leave it on to see exactly how much hate I'll get in that one day for that video. But like I said, if I'm ruffling feathers in the process, that means I must be doing something right. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I'm glad you took the time to share that and see some of the dumb nonsense. Just showing you on my day-to-day basis what I get in the morning, some of the dumb nonsense I have to deal with from day to day, but I just don't pay any mind. I get up, thank the Lord for allowing me to see another beautiful brand new day, and I just come and do what I need to do every day. All right, gotta go, and